The one non-negotiable defining characteristic of successful people is their mindset. The norm sees risks. Outperformers see rewards. The norm sees obstacles. Outperformers see opportunities. You can have anything you want in life if you believe it and choose to see it. Discover the cutting-edge research, superior strategies, and helpful hacks to fuel your passion and focus your productivity. This is about you performing at your individual personal best day in and day out with energy to burn and stamina to sustain. Buckle up, you are listening to the Outperform the Norm podcast, hosted by Scott Welle. It's go time.
Hey everybody, Scott Welle. Welcome back to the Outperform the Norm podcast. Today what I want to talk to you about specifically is change and making progress and going after your dreams, and exactly what I think holds people back sometimes when it comes to going after things that they ultimately want to accomplish and things that they want to get done. You know, I heard the quote a long time ago, change doesn't always mean you'll make progress, but progress does always mean making a change. And one of the things I really think holds people back is, you know, if you can get the visual of, let's say that there's something that you want to get done personally or professionally and a change you want to make, what I've seen and what people almost inevitably do, whether again, we're talking personally or professionally, is think of it like a teeter-totter, where on one side of the teeter-totter, you've got benefits, and the other side of the teeter-totter, you have risks or things you'll have to give up. And what most people do when they're weighing a new decision is they sit there and they think about all of the negatives, or they think about all of the risks involved instead of the potential rewards and the potential benefits. And it skews them and it holds them back from ultimately making the decisions that would ultimately change their life, personally or professionally. So, you know, to go into a little bit of my own story, some people have heard me talk about this before, but, you know, I'm a triathlete. I've done 5 Ironmans and 20 plus marathons and ultra marathons and whatnot. But I tell the story about, you know, when I signed up for my first Ironman triathlon, I was held back in swimming lessons when I was younger, and I was not a strong swimmer to say the least. I could probably swim 2 lengths of the pool. I didn't have a bike, and I really didn't have much of a running background either. I think I'd done 1 marathon. So I sat there, and some of my friends were trying to convince me to do this race, and I was kind of wavering and going back and forth on it. And I sat there, and I kind of did the paralysis by analysis type of thing, and I could hear the thoughts going through my own head about the specific risks and the specific fears and sacrifices and things I would have to give up if I was ultimately going to achieve this goal. And I damn near talked myself out of it the way a lot of people talk themselves out of things, again, that will ultimately benefit their life. And I was saying, well, you know, I don't have a swimming background. I don't have a bike. I'm not a very strong runner. I just gotten out of grad school and started a new job. Maybe I should wait on it. You know, maybe now's not the right time. Maybe I should do a couple of races and just kind of work my way up to that Ironman distance because I'd never done a triathlon before. And then finally, I just got over myself and I started to look at, well, what if you go out there and you know people that train for this, they can help you out. You know people that, you know, can help you get a bike and can recommend a good one. Like, you have nothing really stopping you. And I shifted my focus to looking at the rewards and looking at the benefits instead of looking at all of the risks that were going to hold me back. And of course, the rest is history, you know, and I've gone on, I've done a bunch of them, but the way this relates to just a lot of the clients and a lot of the people that I've seen is, you know, they think about it in the exact same way that I was as well, where they're just looking at the negatives and they're looking at the risks. You know, they decide that they want to improve their health. Maybe, even though I hate the word diet, let's just say that they're going to clean up their lifestyle and they're going to make better dietary decisions. They immediately think about all of the things they're going to have to give up. And it's part of what I call the negativity of restriction versus the positivity of permission. And instead of visualizing how much would my life improve if I woke up every single day looking the way that I want to look, feeling the way that I want to feel, and performing the way that I want to perform, yet alone having increased self-esteem by just feeling good in my own skin every single day of my life, Why don't people think about that as much as, well, I'll have to give up that dessert, or, well, I'll have to give up, a glass of wine every night, or, I'll have to give up cheeseburgers, French fries, pizza, whatever it might be, whatever your vice food is. People will always think about the things that they have to give up, and they'll steer it towards the negatives first instead of looking at the positives. And I find it fascinating. It's the same exact thing with people that are looking at making professional decisions. Maybe you're thinking about starting your own business. I see it a lot when people are looking at getting involved in direct sales and in network marketing. They simply look at all of the risks and all of the reasons why they should not do it instead of the reasons why they should. So I would really compel you, whatever you are looking to accomplish in your life in the way of goals and dreams and hopes and aspirations and whatever it is, just ask yourself, are you really doing an objective analysis when you are weighing your decision on whether or not to do something? And by objective analysis, I simply mean taking a notebook piece of paper, dividing it in the middle, and doing pros and cons. And I compel you to do that on every single thing that you want to do. And what you're likely going to see is, if you have the discipline to actually do it, is you're going to see that the pros and the positives and the benefits and the rewards are going to far outweigh any negatives and any risks. And once you can see it like that, staring basically right back at you in the face, you are going to make more positive changes. You are going to make things that will genuinely benefit and enhance your life, and you are going to be so much better off in the long run. But, again, I've just seen it so often where people will go and they won't take the time to do that. And for whatever reason, as humans, we're just conditioned to take the path of least resistance. And even if we're not 100% comfortable where we are right now, a lot of us would still rather stay there and kind of be comfortable in our discomfort than to make a little bit of change simply because we perceive those risks and those things, that sacrifices we're going to have to give up, and the negatives that are required, instead of, again, taking a look at the positives. So I guarantee, if you have the discipline, if you're willing to do that and give it an objective analysis, you are going to make better decisions, and you are going to make positive choices that will ultimately impact your life. So thank you very much for listening to this. Wish you an amazing day, and as always, the best of health, happiness, and high performance. Hello, outperformers. It's Scott. Did you like this episode? If you did, do me a favor and subscribe, share it with some friends of yours, and please get on over to scottwelle.com and sign up for my email list for free book promotions, videos, webinars, and world-class training on motivation and living your best life today. Again, that's scottwelle.com. And as always, I wish you the best of health, happiness, and high performance.